Today I'm talking to Andre. I first learned about him when he attended Bible studies in the Church of Christ. Now he's a university graduate, and like a lot of people his age, he has high hopes and a lot of plans for his future. Now, everyone works hard to succeed in this life. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But those who are planning their future and going after their dreams, well, sometimes they could be struggling the most. This is why millennials turn to the idea of perfectionism, which, according to experts, is an irrational desire to achieve one's goals while being overly critical of oneself and even others. And this intense pressure to be perfect leads so many young people to experience stress, anxiety, and even other mental health problems or issues more than ever before. Andre is here to talk about a very challenging time in his life, when one of his biggest hopes for his career, well, it didn't work out the way he thought it would. So join us in our conversation, and let's look for the solution together. Hi, Andre.
Hello.
Glad to have you here on the program.
Thank you
The
for having
Solution.
me, brother. Thank you.
So why are you here today? What is your situation? What is it that you've been encountering?
I just graduated a couple months ago. I had a plan, of
Or what was your plan?
right after I graduated kinesiology, I get into chiropractic school, get that over with, and then, start working.
So
And
it looks like you really had your life planned out in ways when it
yes,
it came to your career.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's how I envisioned it, with
Mhm.
no kind of bumps in the road, so to speak.
Right.
And up until now, is what happened was, I didn't get into the school that I envisioned or wanted to go to, and that was a moment that was very like heartbreaking and disappointing for me. Um, I've worked hard and long, and that was the only thing that I thought of, was that vision, and that was the vision that I had.
But did you assume that naturally you would, be approved to enter?
You know, all throughout my academic years, I've been accepted to the schools that I've wanted to go to. I have had, good grades, because I've never really been rejected before with regards to my academics. It really did get to me.
So it was a shock to your system in ways.
For sure. And I think a lot of it came from the pressure that I put on myself and also a little bit of external pressure.
It really sounds as if this was like a real pivotal point in your life when it comes to, for the first time, experiencing a failure in ways. But in truth, Andre, this is nothing new.
Right.
And in fact, we can read here in a book of Job 17, the verses 11, and it stated, "My days have passed, my plans have failed, my hope is gone." And please note this, when it came to even Job, who was a devout servant of God, he experienced a bitter disappointment. And in truth, all of this happened within the space of 24 hours.
Yes.
He lost his family, meaning to say his 10 children. He lost all of his wealth when it came to his livestock.
Right.
And he was even afflicted with an illness or sickness that covered his entire body. And
Mhm.
please notice, he says, "My plans have failed." In truth, what did he mean when he says plans have failed? If we read the same citation, Job 17:11, and including verse 15 from the New International Version, it is stated, "My days have passed, my plans are shattered, and so are the desires of my heart. Where then is my hope? Who can see any hope for me?" When you experienced that disappointment, did
Mhm.
you feel in ways the same? Did you feel as if, where is my hope?
I felt like my heart shattered, and it's different for everybody. But for me, I was so focused, and for it to fall through and not happen, I did feel hopeless. I was very down for a couple weeks where I just didn't want to talk to anybody, and the ultimate reason I just felt like I failed myself and I failed the others who are,
How about when it came to your parents?
my parents they were very supportive, of my decision to go into the schools that I wanted to go to. Again, that pressure was it got to me mentally, where it got me anxious, and I felt lost. So my question is, with regards to everyone else, and I know there's probably a lot of people watching this who are going through the same phases and the same problems that I have done or I have gone through. How do I deal with the pressure and anxiety and how do I deal with the failure of something that I planned not coming through? And I'm looking for an enlightenment on that.
First and foremost, when it comes to the solution, of course, it will come from not myself, but rather from the Holy Bible that contains the words of God. And we can read in Psalms 40, and the verses are 11, 13, and 16, the following. Lord, I know you will never stop being merciful to me. Your love and loyalty will always keep me safe. Save me, Lord. Help me now. May all who come to you be glad and joyful. May all who are thankful for your salvation always say, how great is the Lord. One should place their hope and trust in God. Why? Because God is the one who made us. He's the creator. He knows what is best for all those whom he has created. And that is why when one will place their faith and trust in God, God in turn will be able to help them. So especially when it comes to a young person like yourself who's had their life per se planned out, and here now is this hitch when it comes to your situation. Why should we place our hope and trust in God? Allow the Bible once again to answer. This time we're going to read from the book of Jeremiah. The chapter is 29 and the verse is 11. I alone know the plans I have for you, plans to bring you prosperity and not disaster, plans to bring about the future you hope for. So when it comes to Christians, they place their hope and trust in God because the Lord, our God, again says he has good plans for us, plans to bring about the future that one may hope for.
Again, just going back to the verses that you've read, I feel secure knowing that he's always got my back.
Oh, for sure. As long as we place our trust and our faith in him, he will have our back. He will fulfill his promise. He'll help us to be successful. In fact, we can read the additional promises of God to those who place their hope and trust in him. Psalms 91, the verses are 9 to 10 and 14 to 16. Let's read. You have made the Lord your defender, the Most High your protector. And so no disaster will strike you, no violence will come near your home. God says, I will save those who love me and will protect those who acknowledge me as Lord. When they call to me, I will answer them. When they are in trouble, I will be with them. I will rescue them and honor them. I will reward them with long life. I will save them. Please notice when it comes to those who have placed their hope and their trust in God, he's going to be there. As you said earlier, that he's going to have their back. When it comes to their future, God says, I will reward them. So it is hoped, Andre, that when it comes to our discussion today, we're thankful to God that we caught you at this point of your life.
It feels very relieving that there's always someone there, and that's something that I'm going to keep going forward with, whenever, because I know there will be times where, it's rough in life, and like you said, not go down, a different path, if, because I feel like one thing or one thought can really steer you to another direction, but once you have that, safety and you know that everything will be okay and that God is always there.
Well, I'm glad you did benefit from our program today.
Thank you.
It is an honor and a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
And we wish you the very best when it comes to your future, Andre.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining our conversation today on The Solution. I'm Brother Donald Pinnock, and we hope to see you again next time.